So I think there's going to be a bit of overlap, but just a recap on some of the challenges we typically see from HR. And as Matt said earlier, it's documents being everywhere, whether they are on a network folder, whether they're trapped in somebody's mailbox, whether they're in a filing cabinet, maybe they're even on somebody's desk. They can be a disparate kind of system in terms of storing these documents and this information. That means when it comes to finding this information, there can be lots of time spent and potentially lots of frustration as well of being able to manage and find the right bit of information that you need to make a decision or to progress an application or whatever that process might be. Securing data, if we've got data in multiple locations, then security becomes more and more difficult. It also becomes difficult to understand what decisions have been made or who's accessing documents at any time as well. So compliance also comes into play when we're looking at these kind of setups within organizations. Now, a lot of you on the call may already have HR systems, and that's absolutely fine. What DocuWare can really excel at in those situations is actually understanding what the gaps are that HR system can leave behind. HR systems, in my experience, tend to be really good at managing people data, but not necessarily so great at managing employee documents and certifications and important information like that. That's where we can actually work in conjunction with existing systems to make sure that you have a comprehensive single source of the truth at any given moment. And we touched on that earlier with the security, but compliance and governance. I've often had conversations with HR managers and directors where changes have been made in legislation and governance. The beauty of our system and the challenges that you have means we can work hand in hand in basically hoping that we can overcome some of those challenges that you might have, because we know that these kind of situations are always changing. There's always some new legislation coming into play that you might have to consider in the next 6, 12, 18 months.